What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and it's the weekend, which means that I'm gonna have some more videos with highlights in them. I apologize that not all of my videos have highlights in them, but the thing is that I don't know how to get my shit monetized, not copyrighted while using highlights. So I use them. I don't monetize the videos just for the weekend, so that's what that is. But let's get into this video. Y'all already read the title. We're doing the 2008 draft top 5 players. We do this every weekend. We did 2009 last week, and we've done it the last few weeks up till the 2013 draft, which was my first video. So if y'all haven't checked those out and you want to, go ahead. The link is somewhere in this video. It's suggested that playlist. But let's talk about this list, shall we? I just want to say that there are a bunch of honorable mentions here. It was so hard picking the number 5 guy on this list because there was like 8 guys that are like all around the same level right now. So before I say that, I'm just going to say, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop a like, sub if you're new, and comment idea down below what you want to see in a video from me, and let's get going. So the honorable mentions, it starts with a guy named Derrick Rose, picked first overall in this draft, and he was the best player in this draft up until around 2012, where his career was, this hurt his career so much, an ACL tear and multiple knee injuries after that, and he will never be the same. And unfortunately, that just took him off this list, because of the way he's playing. It's not that he's a bad player, he's still a very good NBA player, just not nearly that same level. And at number 6, we had Danilo Gallinari. At number 7, we had Eric Gordon. At number 10, this is like where they were picked. So Rose was picked first, Gallinari picked 6th, Eric Gordon picked 7th, Brook Lopez was picked 10th, and that's a guy that no one really talks about because his team is never good. But it's harder for big men to be, more dominant in the NBA right now. At number 24, Serge Ibaka, who was definitely in consideration for it, but he's having a tough time over there in Orlando right now. So I thought, hey, And a guy that I was really considering for the number 5 spot was George Hill, who was picked 26th. And y'all might not know a lot about George Hill, but he's been playing out of his mind lately. I just want to wait, and see what he's got, after a couple more months, and see if he's really gotten that much better, because it seems like George Hill always comes out strong in the early going. But yeah, he's been playing absolutely phenomenal for the Jazz. Let's get into number 5, shall we? And it's going to be Miami Heat point guard Goran Dragic. This guy was picked 45th to the San Antonio Spurs. He bounced around the league a lot. He was actually coming out of Slovenia, which is where he grew up, so not an American guy. He bounced around the league a lot until he won Most Improved Player in Phoenix. He really found a home there. But then he was traded the next year after they had 3 starting caliber point guards, Eric Bledsoe, Goran Dragic, and Isaiah Thomas, all on the same team, and that was a no-go, and he was gone to Miami, which he didn't have that great of a year in Miami, and last year wasn't all that good either. In the playoffs, he really stepped up, but this season, he's starting out really well. His numbers are really strong. I like that he has a really good all-around game. He's got the jumpers, he's got a decent looking stroke, he can get to the rim at will, he's super quick, he's a good playmaker, rebounder, defensive player. He's decent on defense, but he's good all around, and he's a really good second guy. He's a great guy to have the ball in the hands of, and I just think that I would take this guy over basically all of the honorable mentions right now. I just think that he's a better pick for that. So let's go on to number 4. It's Charlotte small forward or shooting guard Nicolas Batum, who was picked 25th to the Houston Rockets, traded immediately to the Portland Trail Blazers. He's from France, so we got 2 foreign players right off the bat. We didn't have any, I don't think, in any of the other lists. But Batum and Dragic to start this thing off. And Batum, he's a really versatile player. He's one of the most underrated players in the NBA. This guy can do anything from shooting the ball, rebounding, defending, and he's a terrific passer. He does literally everything well. He's just not all that athletic and not flashy at all. But this guy is really, really underrated. No one talks about him, but he's such a key piece in that Charlotte Hornets starting lineup. He does everything. He's literally a completely multi-dimensional player, not a star, but he just does so much for that team, and he really doesn't go noticed. At number 3, I'm going with Cleveland Cavs power forward Kevin Love. Kevin Love was picked 5th overall to the Memphis Grizzlies, traded immediately to Minnesota. I think that's how that went down. He was a freshman out of UCLA. Kevin Love was one of the best players in the NBA for his first couple years of his career. And that Cleveland trade, I don't know if he got worse, if he's just not playing as well. He's still a very productive and good player today. He's just not, I think, him being the number one guy on the Minnesota team, he was able to pad his stats a lot more. But now on a team with LeBron and Kyrie, you see what he really is. And he's not meant to be, I don't think, that number one lead guy, but he's a great shooter, a great post scorer. He rebounds the ball well. He does a lot for that Cavs team, and he's definitely a component on a championship roster. At number 2, one of my favorite players in the NBA, Los Angeles Clippers center DeAndre Jordan, picked 35th overall to the Clippers, freshman out of Texas A&M. DeAndre Jordan is the best defensive big man in the NBA. That's what you're going to hear from me. I just don't see, there's guys like Rudy Gobert and Hassan Whiteside that also they make their presences felt at the rim. But there's no one as athletic, as just strong, athletic, big, whatever, as DeAndre Jordan. I think that DeAndre Jordan is the absolute last guy you're going to want to see at the basket. If you're driving in, if you're a slashing player and you're going to the basket, I think he's the last guy you want to see because he doesn't foul too much. He's got one of the best changing shot rates. You go to the rim and it's so hard to score on him at the basket. You look at the analytics, he's definitely one of the best in that category. He's a great shot blocker. And people don't realize how much basketball IQ DeAndre Jordan has. This guy knows his shots. He's the best field goal shooter in the NBA by far, and it's not just because he dunks. He takes the shots that are given to him. He takes the good shots. He's led league in rebounding before. He's a great rebounder. And the defensive end. That's what I'm talking about. Not just him rolling to the rim and taking the shots that he needs on offense, but on defense, he is one of the smartest players in the NBA. This guy knows exactly when to jump when you're going up. He knows not to jump on pump fakes. He's just absolutely fantastic defending at the rim, and it's not just because of his athleticism. He's one of those guys that really knows how to contest a shot. So let's go to number 1, and this guy, there is no player that has ever been like this guy in terms of the ferocity in which he plays, I don't think. And I don't think we're ever going to see another guy like him, quite like him, and that's Oklahoma City Thunder point guard Russell Westbrook. Picked 4th overall to the Seattle Supersonics, who were changed to the Oklahoma City Thunder just after that. He's a sophomore from UCLA, so him and Kevin Love were college teammates. This guy was actually considered, people thought he wasn't going to be good enough to be a 4th pick in the draft. Well, people were wrong. This guy is by far the most explosive player in the NBA. There really isn't any debate about that. The guy attacks the rim at will. He wills himself to do everything that he does. And he's just an incredible athletic specimen. You don't see a point guard that can get to the rim and finish over the top of big men and throw it down like Russell Westbrook. You've never seen a guy like that other than maybe a prime Derrick Rose, who is down in the honorable mentions, who probably would be first on this list or second on this list if he hadn't gotten that injury. Derrick Rose was kind of like that, but I think Russell Westbrook is stronger. I think he's just plays with so much heart, so much ferocity. I have to say it. He's just not human when he attacks the basket. And one of my favorite things about this guy is that he does not care. He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care what his opponents think. He's really just so powerful, and he does him. He's really just his own guy. He cares about his teammates and no one else. He thinks it's war on the court. And one of my favorite things that he's said is when he's talking about getting tired. People ask him why he doesn't get tired. He says, well, getting tired is mental. He doesn't believe that he believes that getting tired is in the mind. If you're strong in the mind about getting tired, he says, hey, you could go for as long as you want. That's insane. You don't hear stuff like that. Russell Westbrook would be the guy to say something like that because he's so good, at just lasting long in the game and not getting tired. But wow, this guy is something else. Russell Westbrook has turned into the best case of what he could be, and probably going to be better. I predicted him to average something like 34 points a game this year, and honestly, it might sound absolutely crazy, but if anyone's going to do it, it's Russell Westbrook, I think. He's just too good of a player, getting to the basket, getting to the line. He's got an amazing mid-range jump shot, and he's going to have the ball so much this year. He's just the hardest player in the NBA to guard, I think, one-on-one. If you don't have help defense against Russell Westbrook, I think you're dead. There's nothing you can do. I heard someone say that once. I heard someone say it on a broadcast of a Thunder game last year, talking about Russell Westbrook is the most unguardable player one-on-one. Him, I would also talk about a guy like James Harden, maybe LeBron James as well, but Kevin Durant possibly as well. But in terms of getting to the rim, and if you make one misstep guarding Russell Westbrook, you're done. Because if he has even a half inch of space on you to get to the basket, he will finish over the top. You can't make any mistakes guarding Russell Westbrook, and that's why you need to have a good help defense against a guy like Russell Westbrook. That's going to do it for this video. Man, these have been very fun videos to do, talking about the NBA guys, what they're turning into. Russell Westbrook is definitely someone that everyone's keeping an eye on this year. Thunder, I think, are like 4-1 right now, so they're doing pretty good. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If y'all enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below an idea, subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.